coming out tonight. Excuse me. We want to thank you all for coming out tonight. Only 2 of the candidates are here right now, but the others will be coming in. David's about 15-20 minutes away. I don't know where Linda is. No, Linda, Washington. But as they come in, we'll make sure that they step up and introduce themselves for those who don't know them. But starting with me, I'm Debbie Williams, your current village clerk. Hopefully your next village clerk, the future village clerk, positive, okay. This is Rosie Williams, your current trustee for 2 terms, working on her 3rd term. And this is our wonderful husband and father, come here, Frank, our campaign manager, okay, our campaign manager who works very hard to make sure that we have everything we need to do the job we need to do for you. Okay, so we love him for that. I just want to say that this week has been a phenomenal week. We walked in here a week ago and it was messy and, right Pat? Gary? Larry? Right? And it was just like, we're going to transform in this space into the best possible campaign office it can be. And through the help of many, every time I walked in their door, something new was here. Okay, it just magically appeared. Okay, tables appeared, chairs appeared, heaters appeared, you know, food appeared, coffee pots. Every day, something else just happened to come here. Because it's already beginning to be a community effort. And that's what this whole thing is about, is the community and the effort that it's going to take from each and every one of you. Because the 2 of us, the 4 of us, the 6 of us cannot do anything without you. And I want to thank you all right now from the bottom of my heart, because everybody in this room has already been a big part of my life. For the few that I just met a couple days ago, you're already a big part of my life. You walk in the door for the first time, and maybe I didn't know you, but when you walk out, you're family. And that's how we're going to continue this. We want you to bring your friends and family through that door, so the first time they come in, we're going to meet them, but when we greet them and they leave, they'll be our family, because we're one big happy family. So I want you to realize that we're here for a reason. We're here so you can bring other people to come and meet us, okay? We know the situation that the village is in. We know who the other candidates are. We want you to get to know who the other candidates are. We don't want you to base your opinion on literature or what people have told you. We encourage you to meet your other candidates. We encourage you to get to know all candidates and make a decision based on what you feel in your heart is the right decision. Okay? I'm going to say this only one time tonight. There are issues with friends competing against friends and our friends having a problem not knowing who they should work with or whose campaign office they should come to. That's not going to happen here. I personally encourage everyone to visit as many candidates. There's 22, if I'm not mistaken, 22 candidates for a variety of positions. I totally encourage you to meet every single one of them. And I know the 4 candidates that are working out of this office will be very accessible to you. Just to give you a lay of the land, we have literature on the tables. We have candy for sale for $1 a piece. We have a Pampered Chef raffle. $250 worth of Pampered Chef. The tickets are $5 or $6 for $25. Okay, that's how this Rosie and I. That's our fundraisers for right now. Okay, we would appreciate whatever support you can give us so that we can do more to try to get the word out to people that we are actually running for re-election. We had Robin Kelly set up to come tonight. She's running for the congressional seat that Jesse Jackson Jr. vacated. Understanding that her campaign is coming. If not her tonight, there was a scheduling conflict, but it is possible. The campaign just walked in the door.
Yeah, I just apologize.
Okay.
She's been very busy on the campaign trail.
Come on in.
Linda, come on in.
Can I get your name?
Yeah, my name is
Jacqueline Brissett?
Yes.
Thank you. Have the floor, please. Jacqueline Brissett, everyone, for Robin Kelly.
I must apologize. Thank you. I must apologize that she's unable to make it this evening. She has so many scheduling conflicts, and unfortunately, maybe soon she'll be able to meet you all personally. But tonight she won't be able to make it, and I'm here at least to thank you all for your efforts in helping her to become Congresswoman, which I believe she will be.
Amen.
We're working hard, morning and evening and night, around the clock. We're canvassing, we're making phone calls. She's making umpteen appearances. And I want to thank you all for coming out.
There's more in the back, but can they come up so they can hear? No, the people in the back.
Well, my words are short, so I
Okay.
just want to say thank you all. And I'm actually going to go back because I'm
Okay.
still working.
Still working, no problem, but you brought the literature if they need it.
Right.
They said they were gonna try to get her to come back Monday. Did they say her schedule?
She might. I'll get back
Okay.
with you
Could you
definitely to
please?
find out. I
Okay.
have some sign-up sheets too if anyone would like to
Okay,
volunteer.
I'll put them on the table for
All
her.
right.
Does anybody have any questions
For me?
before she leaves for Robin Kelly? And there is literature on the table for Robin. Did you have a question, Pat? No. Oh, okay. Nobody? Okay.
All right. I'll get some more information from you.
All right, no problem.
All
Thank
right.
you. Appreciate
Thanks,
you coming.
guys. Have a good evening.
No problem. So that was Robin Kelly's campaign. Toy Hutchison was not able to make it tonight. It's 3 weeks before the election, so there's several stops that all the candidates are making. Debbie Halverson is in Bradley tonight. Both of those candidates' offices have told me that they're going to try to make a Monday night. What we're going to do is every Monday night, we're going to have a meet and greet. We'll have them throughout the week, but every Monday night, we know for a fact that we will have meet and greets here from 6 to 9. So anybody who couldn't make it tonight will hopefully be able to make it on a Monday night. And if you could pass the word on to people that we will be here on Monday nights from 6 to 9, and every Monday night there will be a different food. Tonight we're actually kicking it off with a chili cook-off. We're going to make tonight a little fun. So we have first prize, second prize, and third prize. Okay? The Monday nights, if you want to contribute, next Monday's pasta night, if you want to bring your pasta. The following Monday is Valentine's desserts. We'd be happy to have your desserts. I think the following one is a Sunday bar. And the next one I planned out for February, I think, is taco bar. They're all on the window there. We haven't figured out March yet. But anybody who'd like to bring something in the theme of a Monday night, feel free to do so. Because we really do appreciate your help. And it just makes it just that much more fun. So that's all I have for now. And Linda Washington just walked in the door. So you can step up. And Rosie, do you have anything?
I'm Rosie. I think everybody here knows me, but I just wanted to say welcome again. I know that the campaign office has been hustling. I know Bob stated that every time you walk in, there's something new, there's something different. This was just here, it wasn't here yesterday. So I just want to say thank you for everybody who has put so much time and effort. Every time I come here after work, it looks different. There's always people here who are willing to help us. And we hope that you just continue along with this ride. I think it's gonna be a bumpy one, like all campaigns are. It's gonna be long, and we just hope that you guys are in it with us to win it. And we very, very, very much thank you for your support. And I encourage you as well. Like my mom stated, I encourage you to research and educate yourself on other candidates. Ask those questions. Come prepared here to ask us questions, either in a setting like this or pull us aside individually to ask us questions, whatever's going on, because this is your village. And you want to make sure that it's going to be your vision of how it's going to proceed in the future. So definitely come prepared with your questions, come prepared with your concerns, and we'll do our best to try to answer them in a timely fashion. So again, thank you guys very much for coming out tonight, and I'll pass the phone.
Good evening. How's everybody doing? I'm Linda Washington. And I'll be running for trustee April 9, 2013. First of all, I want to apologize for being late. I work for the Board of Ed, and we always have an after-school curriculum activities. Some we know about, some we don't. And we always have parents that pick up their students late, so I apologize for being late. Nevertheless, I am asking for your support. Like Debbie and Rose both said, you know, this is an independent headquarters, and so all of us are running independent. None of us are running on a slate. So for those of you that are going to be working in the campaign office with different ones of us, hopefully with all of us, you'll help us to disseminate that information throughout the community. I just want to say that with all of these different slates that's running in the village, I am literally going from door to door talking to people, and I am just echoing that same thing. You know, when you vote for a person on a slate, you may know one person, but who are all these other people on that slate? Who are they? Where do they come from? What do you know about them? And people really have a lot of questions to ask. They have a lot that they want to say, and they have a lot of questions to ask. So I'm going to be asking also for those that want to volunteer. I'm a person that loves to stay in the street. We'll be knocking on doors. We've got approximately 10 weeks. 10 weeks before the election, and people are working really hard to let people know what's going on in the village. But I believe we have a great positive message, and we're asking for all of your participation to help us to get that message out. Thank you.
One last thing on the table there also, besides literature and fundraisers, is a sign-in sheet. If you please, everybody sign in when you come in. And the second thing, there's a notebook there, and it's above it. It says, "Do you have any questions, comments, concerns, or suggestions?" Okay. The one way that we can really run a positive campaign and get the word out for the things that people really want to know, what's important to you, what are you confused about, what are maybe people telling you that you want to know the truth about. There's a pad up there. I'd like you to write everything down if you have any questions, comments, or concerns. If there's a specific person that you'd like to address that concern, you can address it to that person, or we'll all look at it and we'll all be able to get back to you with our feedback. So with that being said, Frank? Frank's going to bless the food, and yes, Frank's going to bless the food, and David should be here any minute, but if anybody needs to hang up their coats, there's a coat rack in the back room, and we'll let you know when we can get ready. Everybody grab hands.
Heavenly Father, we want to thank you for bringing us all together again. So Lord, we want to bless everybody that's under the sound of my voice. Teach them and guide them the way that you would have them go. Bless everyone that's here tonight. Bless us individually and bless us one by one. Bless the people that brought the food. May we all enjoy it, Father, and help us as we endure this new journey that we started out. Bless us once again and bless us once again. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen.
Amen. Before we start serving, I need 3 volunteers. Raise your hands.
All right, first of all, I'd like to thank everyone for coming out. I don't know what I'm supposed to say because I missed the beginning. So just want to kind of introduce myself. If you all know who I am, my name is Dave Hicks. I am currently your acting mayor. And with your support, I'd like to be your full-time mayor after April the 9th. We've been very busy ever since April the 8th. I'm kind of give you some of the ideas. I got some notes. I probably won't follow them all, but we've appointed individuals to committees and commissions that were vacant at the time. So we've completely filled our housing authority, human relations commissions. There's 2 more openings. If there's anyone interested in getting on the human relations commissions, present us your letter so we get you in as a candidate. We've taken care of the zoning board of appeals and got that up to date. We had an empty spot for a trustee that resigned, and we've got that position filled. And he's in there until April the 9th. And he's not running for trustee, so that position will be open and will be filled after April the 9th. Some of the other things that we've worked on since being appointed, and I have to look at some of my notes here, is we've looked at cost savings in the village. We have condensed down to 1 attorney firm where we had 2 attorney firms. We've condensed down to 1 engineering firm where we had 2 engineering firms. We have looked at our insurance, and we've passed the first insurance policy with a savings of $20,000 a year. We're currently looking at our casualty insurance, or property and casualty. Thank you, Debbie. This next Tuesday we have 3 brokers coming before the village board, and hopefully by the following Tuesday we will vote on one of those. We're looking again for additional cost savings. We've got our health insurance. We have a broker coming in for the village board on Tuesday night to present for that. We're looking at cost savings in that area also. So again, we know that everyone is having hard times, and we as a village need to start making sure that we make the cuts too that we're asking our residents to make. So we're working there. Some of the other good and positive improvements is we talked about where there were vacancies within our community. Our police department had, at the time when I was first appointed, we had 2 police officers that had already resigned. That's 2 less police officers on the streets. Shortly after being appointed, I directed the Police and Fire Commission to start the hiring on 2 of them. Right after that, we had a 3rd police officer resign. So what we did is I gave them the okay to go ahead and fill that position also. Police and Fire Commission went out, found 3 individuals, and those 3 individuals, those 3 police officers, and there's trustees sitting here tonight, they don't know about it, are starting next week.
Good.
So, 3 additional police officers on the street. Now you talk about crime in Sauk Village. Sauk Village does have a problem with crime. But you know, we've been going out there and we've been hitting it hard. And one of the things I said the very first night I was appointed, that Sauk Village will no longer be a playground for the criminal. Okay? We are going to go after them, we're going to go after them hard. Because why? Because Sauk Village is not their village. Sauk Village is your community and the town where you live. So we're going after them. Some of the other improvements we've made, and again, it's hard not to down talk the previous administration, but Sauk Village was hurting. Sauk Village was at the point of destruction. It was stagnant, it was not moving, and things were not getting done. So coming on board, there was a lot of things to do. So here's some of the things, other improvements we made. I got to put my cheaters on, so. And these are my second pair. I lost my other pair. We had overdue maintenance on our police vehicles. We had police officers driving the streets with ball tires. Okay? We put new tires on our squad cars. We took some of the squad cars out of service that had bumpers falling off them. We tried piecing some of our police cars back together so the police officers were driving down the street and people weren't making fun of them any longer. That's important. We have 3 additional police officers that we purchased from Downers Grove. We have made those payments. Those cars are ours now. We've got insurance on them. We have them striped. And we're going to start. We already talked about we've been getting to hire police officers. We'll start next week. I started bi-weekly staff meetings with the staff. Again, the staff was getting no direction. As your mayor, you need to make sure, as your mayor, I need to make sure I give the staff direction. Where is Sauk Village heading? And what's the goal? I need to make sure that the staff has the same goals that I have, and that we have short-term and long-term goals. We've started working with the staff, we've been setting those goals, and at the same time, by giving the staff direction, it has improved the morale of our employees. I think our employees are at the point now they're happy to come to work. A few months ago, I think they were at the point where they were looking for other jobs and they wanted to quit. They didn't have their heart into it. Our employees now have their heart into it. I have an open door policy for all of our staff. I encourage them to come and talk to me. Let me know what's going on, what issues you have. Here's something, I don't even think I have this down. When being appointed on November, I keep on saying April. April the 9th is the election. April the 9th is the election. But when being appointed on November the 8th, we had something like about 60 grievances. And we had a lot of those getting ready to go into arbitration. Since being appointed, we have resolved over half of those grievances. And since being appointed, we have only received 1 grievance. That 1 grievance has already been resolved and is no longer there. So we are taking care of the issues as they come out, and we're making sure that the employees have a workplace that they enjoy coming to. Okay. And I don't want to take too much time here. I'm having this. I get to brag on myself, but you know, it's not me, because a person is only as good as the people he surrounds himself with.
That's right. That's right.
I have a great staff. Your police department, the village employees we have, I will go out and say they're the best that in the nation. Okay? And why? Because they're our employees. All right? I'm proud of the employees we have. When it comes to our police department, our fire department, our public works, our ESDA, our administration, we can go on and on. We have the best employees, and they're out there working for you, the residents. Some of the other things real quick is we've re-implemented the proper chain of command within our departments. Police department, we put a chain of command. We now have a deputy chief and right down the line. Fire department, we make sure, and I can't take too much credit for the fire department because we have a great fire chief. That's why our fire chief oversees and administrates both our fire department and police department. because he is such a great individual when it comes to making sure the chain of command is there and making sure that the work is done. All I have to do is reach out to the fire chief and ask him to do something, and he makes sure it's done. So, and if you notice, we restarted our roadside safety stops. Some people may call them village sticker stops, but you know what? They're more than just village stickers. We're checking for license plates. We're checking for village stickers. We're checking for make sure people are wearing their seatbelts. We're checking to make sure that you have the proper tags on your car. Going on and on. Okay, why is that? To make our streets safer. But at the same time, some people, some of the other ones may say we're doing it for revenue. Well, we're not. You know, all we expect is that the residents be law-abiding citizens. And I think everyone sitting here expects the same thing. So, and again, going back, there's no favoritism under this administration. I've told my children, I've told my closest friends, I said, you get pulled over, you're on your own. That's right. I told my kids, you get pulled over, you're paying for the ticket. That's right. There's no more favoritism under this administration. But at the same time, we're working with the residents. And I know there's ones out there saying that we don't have compassion and we're not working with the residents because of water bills. And we know that water bills is an issue right now. But it's not true. We're working with residents probably almost daily. Residents that don't have the money to pay their bills. I just worked with a family the other day. Family had 12 children. Were unable to pay their water bill. Okay, so what we did was, I asked them, what can you do to become current? I don't set the price what you're going to pay. I asked you what you can do. We worked out where their water was not turned off. I told someone the other day, it does not benefit it does not benefit the village to turn your water off. It benefits the village to make sure that you pay your bill so that we can pay our bills. So we had another individual came in today, and I was standing there while the ladies at the front desk were trying to work with her. She got a little behind on her water bills. She said, I can pay 1 month and I can pay the late fee. Can you just please not turn my water off? Definitely, we're not going to turn your water off. So there's people out there campaigning, they're not telling you the truth. The only thing I ask is come ask me. I will give you the truth. And again, if there's anyone that has compassion for the residents, I'm the one that has compassion for the residents. I lived here for over 40 years now. I was raised here. I raised my family here. I've got 10 children, 7 of them still at home. So, I say that every once in a while too, wow. So we have compassion for the residents. How long do I have, Frank? I only have as long as you want.
As long as you want.
You got the floor, Mr. Mayor.
Here's something else we're proud of is we passed the crime-free rental housing bill. Okay?
Yeah.
That gives the village the power to go after the areas where we're having problems. And I don't want to. It goes after the criminal, the gangbangers. You know, the ones who are not living here to be part of the community, the ones that are living here that are being a problem in the community. So it allows us to go after those individuals. It allows us to know who owns these houses. It allows us to find out on the vacant properties who owns these vacant properties so we go after them. One of the first things, well, there's a lot of first things, but one of the first things that we did when first being appointed was it was brought to our attention about all the open houses. And I told someone for the last 3.5 years, we went past this stuff every day, but there was so much other stuff going on, we were blinded to it. When we started making the forward motion like we were supposed to do, when we started getting work done, we passed these eyesores, these houses that had the broken windows and the doors wide open, we started to notice them. Why? It's because, you know what, other things are getting done.
Right.
So what we've done is, we prioritized, we took some of the worst houses in the village on our dime, okay, not the village's dime, because you're the village. On our dime, we went in there and boarded those houses up and made them secure, especially the ones that were close to schools. Then, we started reaching out to the owners of the property, if they're banks, if they're property maintenance, if they're whoever they were, if they were still property owners, and started reaching out to them and said, you have, within, I think we gave them something like 48 hours to come in and secure their homes. Okay? If they didn't, we started issuing citations. Right? So that they realize that we mean business. Within a week after we started issuing citations, I don't know if you noticed, but some of these houses started getting boarded up, and I look back to a house that's sitting on Sauk Trail. just down from Tom's Tap, okay? That house on Sauk had the door wide open. No one was doing anything about it. Guess what? That house is secure now, right? You saw the owner came in there, or the owner had someone come in there. They cleaned the house up, secured the house. Because these owners realize that we need business now. We are running the village like a business. That's what's important, is that we look at our bills. We have a lot of overdue bills that have not been paid. We're looking at paying these bills. So how do you do that? For us to pay our bills, we have to go after the ones that owe the village, right? As of the beginning of this month, we would have turned over $160,000 into collections for individuals, village residents, who have not been paying their water bills. Again, stuff that has not been done. Again, it's part of running as a business. It's not that we don't have compassion, because part of the compassion is reaching out to those residents first and saying, we need you to pay your bill. And at the same time, trying to work with the residents. We talked about water bills. What's something else are we doing? We're sending our water department into houses to check people's meters, to educate them and show them, here's a way you can know if you have a leak in your house. Because if you have a leak in your house, it could increase your bill. If you have a stool that runs, you can almost double your bill in a short period of time. So we're trying to make sure we educate the residents at the same time. Oh, I'm sorry, I don't want to give you on my back all the time.
David,
what?
can I ask a question?
Sure.
I'm
3 minutes.
on Facebook. On Facebook, there's a comment made that you gave an order to the administrative that they are not to give payment plans. Is that true?
This is what we've done, and it could be, it's a play on words, okay? What we said is, number one, we're running the village as a business, okay? And we're not looking to give payment plans out, but at the same time, we're working with residents. Part of that is what we talked a little bit about, sending our public works in, checking the water meters, educating the residents how to use it, or how to verify they have any leaks, making sure that they repair their leaks, and have them come in and meet with us and let us know what you can do to make your payments and get you current. So that's what we're doing. We're taking the right steps. Rather than giving payment plans, and here's what happened is the previous administration would give payment plans out and say, pay $20, $30 whenever you can, and when you bring your bill back up. Your bill will never get paid. So that's what we've done. Working with the residents, rather than say just pay $20, $30 whenever
You're
you
just
can.
working with the individual residents instead of a payment plan for everybody to be on.
Correct. That's right. And again, we're open and helping the residents where we can. You know, but that's where we're at there. The other thing is, we all know what happened with the shootings. So I was at that time when that happened, I was in China for a business trip. When I came back, I sat down with the superintendent of schools, sat down with their safety director, and made sure that Sauk Village was prepared in case something like that might happen in Sauk Village. We don't want anything like that to happen, but we want to make sure that we're prepared and that we're working with our schools. And we're probably better off than probably any schools in the state of Illinois. Our schools have cameras. We have just recently passed over the programs or software, whatever it was, to schools, to our police department, so that our police department can check those cameras in case something ever happened from their squad cars on their laptops. That gives us the advance to find out what's going on. And again, we don't use this to spy on the children. This is only there in case there's ever an emergency, so that we can work with the school. Our schools, the head of security has a walkie-talkie or a special walkie-talkie that goes directly to our police department. So we are there and we're in contact in case there's ever a problem. That's important, the safety of our children. So I just want to cover just a few more things here. Think about this. We still have a lot of work to be done. And part of it is restoring pride and progress in Sauk Village. I've talked about how long I've lived here. Pride and progress, that's what it's about. Someone asked a Sauk Village resident where you live. What do you usually hear? I live by Dyer. I live in Chicago. I live close to Chicago Heights. I live just south of Lansing. I'm on the border, right?
That's true. We say something.
Sauk Village. But there's not. Yeah. But you know what? Growing up, we were proud of where we lived. We were proud when someone said, "Where do you live?" I live in Sauk Village. You know, I live not too far from Pork Chop Hill. Yeah. How many old seniors are saying remember Pork Chop Hill? Yeah, so we were proud of where we live. No, we're not proud of where we live anymore. Why is that? Because we've had so much negative news press. People from the north side, from the south side, or the south, but you figure from the north, the northwest, you know, to the east, Indiana. What do they think about when they hear Sauk Village? Oh, all that fighting going on in those village board meetings. Oh, you know, all that water issues. Oh, they got problems. But we've been trying to turn that around. We brought order and decorum back to the village board meetings.
Thank God.
The press is no longer here giving us negative press.
That's right.
You know, we're sending out press releases to the press to try to get them to talk about Sauk Village, but we're telling them both the good and the bad. Why is that? Because communication is the key to success. We want to make sure that our residents know what's going on. Now, if the news media covers it, that's up to them. But that's what we're doing. We're trying to make sure that information gets out there. Think about this. Here's my vision, and I don't know if they have it up there or not. I wrote some of this stuff down. Here's my vision of Sauk Village, of Pride and Progress. A community where neighbors once again talk with each other no matter of race, religion, or political preference. You know, we used to be a town that when you went to leave to go on vacation, what'd you do? You walked over to your neighbor's house, you knocked on the door and said, "Hey, I'm going out of town. Can you pick up my mail for me? And can you watch my house?" How many of us even really know our neighbors anymore? And how many of our neighbors know us? Yeah. But you know, we need to get back. We need to get back to that. Think about this. I just got it here. A community that welcomes growth with no strings attached. You know, we're working hard to bring businesses, but with businesses brings jobs. With jobs brings reduced taxes on our village residents. That's what's important. A community where residents and businesses volunteer again to provide services and programs for our youth and seniors. I remember growing up, you have baseball behind Wagner.
Yes. Yep.
Who supported those teams? The businesses would support those teams so that our youth could play baseball in the summertime.
They had little leagues.
Little leagues, that's right. We had things like that. You know, we don't have that anymore. But I can tell you one thing. We have a trustee that's now working on it. I just saw Trustee Hoskins around here somewhere. He's our newest trustee. He's working on getting the baseball programs up and running again.
Yes.
He's looking for volunteers. If you want to help bring programs for our youth, see Trustee Hoskins. He has a passion to bring that baseball program back for our kids.
What about softball? Girls.
Softball? You know what? Talk Trustee Hoskins.
You know what, Teresa, he wants to talk to you. Talk to Trustee
Make
Hoskins.
sure we mention both.
There you go.
It's always Sunday.
Do we have what? I have no idea. Trustee Hoskins will be the one to ask. So, yep. So,
We have 5.
but again, I'd just like to thank you for allowing me to spend some time. I'll be around if you have any questions. And think about this. The last thing I have here is this next election shouldn't be about controlling Sauk Village, its residents, and its businesses. This next election should be about who is willing to work to move our village forward and to restore Pride and Progress. Thank you very much. And I know there's more chili back there, so thank you very much.